Hello guys, this is Space Arbus Vlogs here, and the other day I made a video about half an hour long. I was outside. Well, I gave my thoughts on the most recent conversation I had with my mother. Now, I sent her, I'm pretty sure, the video after I posted it, and I don't know if she saw it. I would imagine that she did at some point. I just haven't talked to her. Or she hasn't brought it up yet. And to me, I just kind of wanted to use this video kind of as like a follow-up, kind of to give more thought out, kind of more relaxed thoughts on it. Because when I made that video, I was like maybe an hour, maybe not even an hour afterwards. And I wanted to vent more than anything else. I just wanted to vent. And, anyone who knows my mom knows, that she is very stuck in her thought process. No, I mean, she's like fucking, like 50-something years old. She's old. She's getting up there. And when you get old, you kind of get stuck. You kind of get jammed in your thinking. And, she didn't exactly have good parenting. And, I don't want to blame my grandparents for this. They seemed okay to me. I mean, my grandfather was a bit fucking stuck up. But, what old man isn't? A bit stuck up at that age. But, clearly they didn't do a real good job at parenting because the result, and she told me that, she wants to be a good person, blah, 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 and that's all fine and good. You saying that you want to be a good person. But as I said before, you can say anything. You can think anything. You can believe anything. It doesn't require nothing. It doesn't require any effort. It doesn't require any evidence. You can say and think and believe whatever. But what matters is actions. What we do. What we say. The actions we take. The positions we hold. The causes we promote. And the activism that we do. Now, I may not be going out and holding up signs and blah, 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 but I do advocate for people. I do argue for causes that I think should be advocated for. And obviously, as an atheist, and she's a Christian, our positions are gonna be different. I'm gonna advocate for equality and love and acceptance and tolerance, and she is going to do what Christians do, which is bigotry and hate and racism and division. She told me when we were talking that everyone that isn't Christian isn't the sons and daughters of God, despite the fact that in her whole thing, we are all the sons and daughters of Adam and Eve. We are all the sons of the first two humans. And who made the first two humans? God made the first two humans. So you can't say, and I stopped because the old man was kind of gawking at me like a deal. You can't say that we're not all the sons and daughters of your God, because we're all the sons and daughters of your God. If you believe that we were made, Adam and Eve were made, then every human that has ever lived for the last 6,000 odd years, if you go by that monk's calculations, but I'm more than willing to bump that up to maybe 12,000, just to be generous. Point is that it doesn't matter if they're Hindu or Buddhist or Zoroastrianist or fucking Muslim or Mormon. It doesn't matter. We're all supposed to be the sons and daughters of God. So when you say, well, no, they're not, well, then you're fucking not following your own goddamn beliefs, are you? You can't say that you believe in the Bible when it's convenient, and then when it becomes inconvenient, you fucking abandon it. You know, that's not belief. You know what I'm saying? You can't just use it when it's convenient. You gotta use it when it's inconvenient too. Because if you're not doing that, then you don't really believe it, and you're only using it as a convenience. I'm not just an atheist when it's convenient for me. I'm an atheist the whole goddamn time. I'm an atheist when I'm awake. I'm an atheist when I'm asleep. I'm an atheist when I'm healthy. I'm an atheist when I'm sick. I'm an atheist all the damn time. Good weather, bad weather, shitty weather, great weather, fucking too damn hot weather, freezing my ass off weather, all the damn time. And I'm consistent. Maybe I don't argue my positions clear enough, but I'm consistent. If you ask me, do I believe that an abortion is mortal? I'm going to say no. Because that's not what an abortion is. No one that knows what an abortion is would ever even remotely try to advocate that it's immoral, because it doesn't even fucking make sense. Who are you murdering? What was their name? When were they born? What was the time of their birth? There are things that have to happen. If I killed my mother, that's immoral. She has a name. There was a birth certificate. You can find, fucking tax records. She has a driver's license. She's had jobs. There's ways for you to verify that this person fucking existed. But if you go and you fucking kick a pregnant woman and she miscarriages, there's no name. There's no birth certificate. There's no way to verify anything. Aside from, maybe the fucking scans. But again, all that is just an image of a potential human, a potential child. I acknowledge that there's a potential child, but you know what? There's millions of potential children in my nutsack. Right now, there's millions of potential humans waiting inside my pants. But I'm not about to give them whites. I'm not going to fucking advocate that, when they fucking die, for one reason or another, that I killed them. No. Because it's stupid. If we're going to say that the moment that they enter the egg and the fertilization begins, that we should give them human rights, that's a silly fucking argument. It's fucking silly. That's the dumbest fucking argument you can do, because one, it takes 1 or 2 weeks. You can have a sperm cell enter the damn thing and it not be viable. That happens. So if you take the position my brother does, that life begins at conception, okay, which is fine. It's a dumb argument, but you can do it. If you're going to hold that position, what happens to those egg cells that get fertilized that aren't viable. They don't attach or, fail for some reason. Life begins at conception, and it ends before it can really begin. Are we supposed to feel bad about that? No. My mom and my brother, and I'm sure my sister and her whatever, probably have really, really stupid-ass beliefs. They have the right to believe in their stupid-ass beliefs. I'm not going to advocate that they can't. Because I'm an atheist, not a theist. I'm not going to tell you what you can and cannot think. I'm not your God. I'm not going to police your thoughts. You want to believe that fucking straight people and gay people and bi people and trans people and pan people and all these other fucking things, they don't exist? Okay, cool. They do. I have talked to I don't know how many people of various beliefs. I've talked to Christians, Jews, Muslims, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, and it's like every religious person I've ever talked to has given me the impression that they want it to be binary. They want it to be simple. On, off, up, down, left, right, good and evil. They want shit to be basic and binary. And life's not binary. There is no up or down, left or right, yin and yang, good and evil, atheist and theist. It's a spectrum, is what it is. It's a fucking spectrum. It's 1,000 shades of gray. It's 1,000 shades of gray for this. It's 50,000 shades of gray for that. It's not black and white. It's a myriad of shades of gray. And if you're looking at the world from that lens of its binary, you are either with us or you're against us, then you're going to have a lot of problems. You're going to have a lot of problems that you can't overcome because you're not equipped to deal with them. Okay? And that's the thing I try to demonstrate to this woman all the time whenever we have these kinds of conversations. Is that you're not equipped with the necessary tools to be having these conversations. And every time I try to help you, you either refuse to be helped, or you default to, I don't care. Well, if you don't care, why are we talking about it? If heaven and hell are the only choices, and good people go to heaven and bad people go to hell, then I'm going to go to heaven. Because by that standard, that's where I need to be. That's where I'm going. That's my destination. If your belief system is that good people go to heaven and bad people go to hell, then that's where I'm going. I don't need to believe in your God for that to happen. That's just the natural place I go. That's like if I get on a bus that's going to New York City. It's clearly going to go to New York City. If I get on that bus, I'm not going to suddenly end up in LA. It's going to go where it needs to go. You know what I'm saying? If the criteria is this, and I fit that criteria, then I'm going to go where I'm supposed to be going. And if the criteria was something other than that, then I wouldn't be going there. I'd be going to the other place. And her argument is, well, you have to believe in God. Okay, cool. Sure, I can get behind that. I have to believe in the idea, at least. Which I do. I do believe in the idea of God, the concept of God, in much the same way that I believe in the concept of Spider-Man and Iron Man. I believe in those things. They exist. I can prove that Spider-Man exists as a character in comic books and in movies and in TV shows. But I do not believe that I'm going to be able to meet Peter Parker in New York City, shake his hand, and he takes me to fucking the Statue of Liberty and fucking lets me stand on the fucking crown of the Statue of Liberty. You know? I believe that Iron Man exists in comic books and in TV shows and in movies. But that doesn't mean that I actually expect to be able to find a billionaire named Tony Stark that has this fucking suit of armor, likely made out of like fucking nanotechnology, that will show me his fucking massive array of suits of armor. I don't expect that. I don't expect to fucking go down to his basement and fucking find a supercomputer. An artificial supercomputer. I don't expect any of that. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the concept of your God because the concept of your God exists. I accept your mythology because your mythology exists. In your mythology, God made the universe from nothing. And yes, that's what he did. Don't fucking try to act like he didn't. That's what he did. Your God made everything from nothing. He poofed it into existence with a thought. And then, for seemingly no reason at all, he waited billions of years to finally get around to making the planet that he's gonna fucking focus on, because, of course, he's only gonna focus on this one goddamn planet. He made fucking all these other damn planets in the solar system, but fuck no, this is the only one that's going to matter. You're gonna make, like, fucking 8 damn planets, and only, like, 4 of them are even useful, so, you know, whatever. You're gonna make an entire galaxy that we likely will never be able to use. You're gonna make an entire universe outside of that galaxy that we almost certainly won't be able to use. You know, it's like, it seems like a really big waste of fucking space. Like, the universe right now is like 93 billion light years across. If you're gonna make a universe that is 93 billion light years across, don't you think you should probably, I don't know, make sure that the civilization that you're starting can get to the point where they can at least explore some amount of that? Some measurable portion of that. Like 0.2% of a percent. Something that we can actually detect. A meaningful amount of area that would be detectable. Instead, he has a fucking one planet in one solar system, in one galaxy, in the entire universe. And that civilization is just about able to cobble together a space program and have spent the better part of a century doing what they did like the first 20 or 30 years of their existence. Just going around this one planet over and over and over again. Now, obviously, they were doing other things. I'm not denying that fucking NASA and all these other space programs weren't doing other things as well. But the point is that we were doing the exact same thing we were doing before, and we've been doing it for like the last 50 goddamn years. We've already done this. We should already be on Mars by now. But we're not. Because the people in power pussyfooted around and decided it was better to not move forward. We're just going to keep doing what we were doing. It's fucking cold. I don't know what the temperature is. Ah, man. Yeah. Sorry about that. Feel better though. Got that nastiness out of my mouth. Yuck. Anyway. I don't blame my mom. I don't blame my brother. I don't blame my old man for their positions. I understand that, their religion, their beliefs, they give them comfort. I get that. Everyone deserves to have their little comforts. I don't want to take them from them. All I'm trying to do as an atheist is just, enlighten them. Shine a light on them. So that they may reflect upon the positions and work out if these positions are justifiable. Can they hold up to scrutiny? Have you supported them well enough that they would be able to overtake any criticism, weather that criticism, and remain strong? That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to deconfort her or Andy or anything. I don't give a flying fuck if you believe it. I just want to make sure that you have good reason for believing it. The fact that you believe it is trivial to me. It's like the cherry on top of a sundae. You don't need it, but you can have it. But, let's make damn sure that when you do put it on, that it doesn't ruin the thing that you're adding it to. You know what I'm saying? Make damn sure that when you fucking put more emphasis on it, that it can survive that added emphasis. If you want to believe that God made the universe, that's fine. But then you have to also be able to answer the questions that result from that conclusion. Why did he make the universe? Was it just for the shits and the giggles? Is there a reason for it? Why did he have to make it? Did he have to make it? If we're being tested, what are we being tested on? What are the criteria for this test? How do we pass this test? How do we fail this test? Why is there even a test to begin with? Are we even being tested? These are questions. If you're going to hold positions, but you're not going to think about the consequences of those decisions and the potential questions that would arise if we have this as a conclusion, if you don't think about those and try to walk those out at least at some point in your life, then you don't really fucking believe in it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think about the beliefs that you hold, and you don't try to walk out the potential problems that that position holds, do you really believe in it? I don't think you do. Going back to, who gets to heaven and hell, I told her that Out of Hell was a Christian. The SS was a Christian. Are they going to heaven? And she's like, I don't know the criteria. The fuck do you mean you don't know the goddamn criteria? You set up the goddamn criteria. You said that you need to believe in God. Adolf believed in God. The SS believed in God. You believe in God. Should you go to heaven? And the moment she realized that her position was untenable, that it was not stable, that it wasn't convenient, it shifted like that. It shifted like that. The moment it was inconvenient, she shifted it. She modified it. It reshaped. And that's what every religious person I've ever talked to has always done. Oh, they're all well and good. They're all gung-ho. You need to do this and that, and you have to believe in this, and you have to believe in that, and you have to hold these positions. And then the natural consequences of that. And then it becomes inconvenient. Oh, well, maybe there's more to it than that, but, that's like the call, when we were talking about fucking Noah's Ark. And he's like, well, maybe the animals were different. Maybe the laws of physics were different. When you're starting to do shit like that, well, you're arguing that the laws of physics were different and that animals were different, that they behaved differently, that they didn't require what they require. When you start to do that, well, you start to invoke magic and the suspension of the laws of physics and the natural consequences of actions taken. When you start to do that, then you need to drop that fucking position. Because now you clearly fucking Wile E. Coyote standing on the thin air. You're like one of those goddamn old-fashioned cartoons where the main character runs off the side of a cliff. You need to look down. You need to accept the consequences of what you just fucking said. Because you need to fucking come back down to earth. Right the fuck now. Because you just said something fucking stupid. And you need to pay the consequences of saying something stupid. Meanwhile, I'm over here. The world want to go up. Beep beep. Like, I told you. Stop saying that shit. I told you. Now you need to look down. You need to fall hundreds of feet back into the dog and leave a human size or fucking you-sized hole in the ground. Because you need some sense knocked into you, and you need to come back down to earth. Wait the fuck now. Because you are in La La Land. You are in La La Land. You are in make-believe land. And I'm trying to help you, but damn, man, you know, in order for me to be able to help you, you need to be willing to help yourself. You know what I mean? You have to be willing to help yourself. And when you're not willing to help yourself, if you're not willing to improve yourself, if you're not going to put the effort in and the work to be a good person, and then plus, she wonders why no one wants to fuck with her, why no one wants to be with her, why no one wants to have anything to do with her. What do you fucking mean, why don't people want to? Because you are displaying very bad fucking beliefs. You know, it's like you think that the only people that should be considered people are people who look and think like you. And first of all, and I've said this when she left, if I held the positions that she holds, that she advocates for, I would want to be shot in the fucking head. I would. If I expressed the shit that she expresses so fucking passionately, I would hope that someone would pull out a goddamn gun and eliminate me. Don't double tap, fucking quadruple, fucking unload the clip in me. That's what I want. If that gun has 6 bullets, 12 bullets, whatever amount, unload the goddamn thing on me. Fucking need to reload afterwards. I want you to ensure that the stain you just experienced is expunged. I disagree with my mother on a good number of things. A good number of things. But, hey, you know, I still talk to her. Despite the fact that I know that we are going to disagree on a lot of fundamental things, I still talk to her. Because it's the atheistic thing to do. You know? If someone talks to you, you talk to them. If someone wants to have a dialogue with you, you have a dialogue with them. But damn, man, like, is it fucking difficult to be civil with you sometimes? It really fucking is. You know? Because on one hand, I do legitimately want to hit you. I do. I'm not lying. I legitimately do. I legitimately do want to hit you sometimes. And I'm not talking like a light slap. I'm talking knocking your ass the fuck out. I'm knocking you are bleeding on the floor. Your jaw is possibly broken. And you ain't waking the fuck up for a good long while. I don't do it, though. That's not the atheistic thing to do. I'm not a Christian. I'm not going to do that. Or at least I'm not going to. I'm going to try to not do that. Sometimes emotions get overwhelmed, and that's happened a couple times, I admit. That's happened a couple times. I don't like doing